Andy, welcome. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about how to write mathematics in Microsoft Word, okay, MS Office or Microsoft PowerPoint, right? The thing is, many of you, okay, this is finance, and then some of these letters that you write, okay, involve some subscripts and superscripts, 아래첨자, 위첨자, and then some formulas, right? Like fractions and then summation. All these things involve typing mathematics. And I guess most of you have trouble typing it, okay? But there is a function very convenient in Word or PowerPoint or overall Office after 2010 version. Before 2010 version, it was like virtually impossible to do it. It was just inserting those symbols and then very tedious way of doing it. But right now, it's much better. So DOCX, right? .docx format or PPTX format, right? They allow you to write those formulas in very easy way, okay? So I'm going to teach you about this, and you're going to use those things for your homework and your exam as well. So if you don't master these things, you will be in trouble. You'd better listen to me, right, today. And another thing is, if you write your document using DOCX, right, and then save it into DOC, okay, then trouble happens that your math type that you did it over here will be recognized as just a picture file so that you cannot modify later on in DOC format. But as long as you keep it in DOCX format or PPTX format, you can always go back and modify or revise your mathematics formula. So that's one thing I have to tell you. And some of you, actually so many of you, ask me, right? Oh, I want to do double major of business, GBA, and some engineering like computer science or informatics or software engineering kind of things. But they complain like, oh, those credit requirement is too stringent in GBA. So that's why I cannot do the double major. But you know what? Most of them are excuses, all right? Those credit requirement has been lowered enough these days. And then it's like 할놈할, right? Anybody who has strong will to do it, willpower to do double major in engineering, they do it. I have seen many cases doing that, right? But there's a realistic separator, okay? The entry barrier. One of those significant entry barriers to going into engineering part is typing math. And then the differential calculus and the linear algebra kind of things, right? If you want to do that, okay, if you want to go to that double major part, you must master calculus, and then you must do linear algebra, and you must take quantitative analysis of business by 장영봉 교수님 next semester. You have to, okay? And there, and also here, right? You have to be able to type so many things, mathematics, nicely somehow, okay? Previously, before 2010, right, engineering guys have been using something called a LaTeX. That is LaTeX, right? And some of them say latex, but its formal pronunciation is LaTeX, right? LaTeX in Deutschland. Why? Because it was invented by Deutsch people, right? German people. It is a kind of a word processing software, okay? That enables you to type mathematics nicely, okay? But Word, like those geniuses in Microsoft, right? they incorporated this function into their software. So from now on, you will be able to, okay, type in those mathematics, whatever complicated ones, almost all of them, okay, using Word or PowerPoint just nicely. So let's go, okay? The Global Business Administration guys, you can never say 문송합니다, right? You have to be bidextrous in both business and engineering, okay? At least you should be able to type those math in words or PowerPoint kind of things, right? Now, yes, as I told you before about the format of the files, it has to end with X, right? And then important thing is you have to punch the, click the insert formula button. As you see, insert and formula button, and then punch in your backslash key, which is the key right above your enter key, right? Backslash key, which seems like a W, Korean one sign. Okay, fine. The next one, let's go in, right? Subscript. You know, capital asset pricing model, CAPM. How did you write that? There you had something called RM. You remember that? Market portfolio return, right? How do you write that thing? Well, as you see, insert this math formula and say big R sub M, okay? That's underbar. The subscript, it's by underbar. And then punch space, then it becomes subscript like this. How about risk-free rate? Okay, RF, right? RF. Let me put it over here so that I can see myself. All right, there you go. Right, so RF, big R, and then underbar, and then F. Okay, that's fun. How about interest rate in terms of US dollars? Well, I, underbar, US dollar. Okay, that's something you can do. How about RM, but capital letter M? Yeah, still underbar takes care of it. And then RF, R, underbar, big F. Okay, works like this. You see it? I make sure it is shaded like gray. It's like shaded like a gray, like before. Okay, and then like this, right? You see the slight difference in color, right? Now, the next thing is small r. Big R sub I. Okay, this is your cost of capital, the company's cost of capital. Remember that? RI. Okay. And comma. Small r, can I use it? Why not? Like this. Okay. RF. R sub F. Okay, fine. No problem. Okay. In your exam, do I have to use big R or small r? Doesn't matter. It does not matter. As long as it is just readable, that's fine. But I just want you to be able to use this subscript and superscript correctly. Now, big S sub T. All right, it looks like this. And then F sub 6. Sometimes in advanced finance class like international finance, you will use forward rate, 6 months forward kind of things. Right, forward F, right, 6 months 6, 3 months forward, okay, is like this. Okay, works like this. Good. So that's how you do it. Here, I want to increase the font size. How do we do that? We'll select this box that you inserted, and then click one more time, and then Control A, select all, and then here you increase the font size. Okay? Makes you feel happy. Oh yeah. A sense of achievement. There you go. 성취감. Alright? The next slide, superscript is also here, superscript. The previous slide was about the subscript. Okay, subscript like this, and the superscript is 위첨자. Okay. By the way, talking about the subscript, can we think about subscript of subscript? Hey, subscript of subscript? For example, yes, we can do it. Insert, let's say, R sub F sub 1. Okay? And then first it becomes F sub 1. Once you punch the spacebar one more time, it becomes like R sub F sub 1. Okay? There are some times you will need to distinguish RF, not in this class, but RF in one period or over the next period kind of things. Period 1, period 2, right? Distinguishing. That's kind of fun. Okay, fine. Then can we go down to, subscript of subscript of subscript? Why not? Yeah. Okay, let's see how it goes. Like this. All right? Subscript of subscript of subscript of subscript. You can create it like this. Okay? Okay, superscript. Okay, we're going to see similar things, by the way. Okay, superscript. How do we do that? Well, insert mathematics equations. Okay? And then 1 over 1. The 1 to the power of 1. Okay, 1 to the power of 1. This is shift and number 6. Shift number 6 is like a wedge. Okay, the wedge. 6. And then it becomes, once you punch space, right? Once you punch space, then it becomes like this. Okay, 1 to the power of 1, which is 1. You know that, right? Well, 2 to the power of 2. Let's see. Insert math equation. 2 to the power of 2, which is 4. One thing to notice is that this is just a typing, but it never calculates for you. Okay? 3 to the power of 3 equals what? 27. And then, well, how about Pythagoras theorem, right? Pythagorean theorem. So a to the power of 2, or a squared, plus, okay, b squared equals c squared bar. Okay? So each time you punch wedge, and the next character becomes a superscript. Okay? And then s to the power of a. Okay, s to the power of b. You can show it like this. How about a to the power of a to the power of a? Superscript of superscript of superscript. Okay, no problem. Hey, wait. A to the power of 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 a. And it becomes like this as you punch in space and space later on. Okay, that's fun. How about x to the power of x to the power of x to the power of x 4 times, right? Good. And you can imagine that, right? As I punch in spaces each time, it will become one after another, like a superscript of the next character, the character before, right? And then 2 to the power of 2 to the power of 2 to the power of 2. Okay? What is this? You may wonder. Okay? And as I punch in equal sign, everything happens just at one shot. Right? Good. So that's like what? 2 to the power of what? 16? Is that right? Alright. Now you calculated yourself using your own calculator. Right? So that's, wait. That's that. And then enter it. You need to play with this many times yourself, right? And familiarize it yourself. And you increase the font size and then leave it, okay, for your sense of achievement. Okay, superscript and subscript. Can you do it? Yeah, we can do it. So again, insert the some equations. So f to the power of a underbar 1. What do you think it will become? Okay, it becomes f sub 1 to the power of a. F sub 1 to the power of a. Okay, and then f sub 1 to the power of a. What do you think it will become? Like this. Again, alright? So both of these two guys give you the same result, right? And then f sub 3 sub b. Okay? That's something you can try. Alright, so that's that. Let's move on to the next slide. Fractions. Okay, fractions. 분수 kind of things. There, you need to use this parenthesis slash parenthesis, right? And then, let's see. Now, insert equation, parenthesis over parenthesis. And punch in space, it becomes like this. All right? Good. So, what's 1 over 3? Yeah, just punch in your number as you're interested. Okay, 1/3. Okay? How about half? You can also do it. Oh, no. How about half? Well, if I punch in like this, it doesn't become like a fraction that I wanted to show as before. Instead, it shows like a 1/2. Okay, like this. Why doesn't it show it as I intended before? Because when I was typing this, it was not shaded. It was just all white, right? So it's not incurring those. It's not calling that math equation process. So that's why it was just simply 1 over 2. Now, okay, then let's insert math formula 1 over 2. Okay, then it becomes 1 over 2 like this. They are all the same thing, right? These two are same thing, but representation is different, right? So that's one thing to notice. And let me increase the size of these fonts, right? To 18 or something, please. Everything goes into 24. Right. All right. Now, how about some kind of complicated fractions, right? Complicated fractions. I would do it like this. Okay. Complicated fractions like 번분수식, right? Is it possible to do that? Yeah, you can first create a big fraction, and then let's say you want to play with the denominator. There, you can create another fraction inside that denominator or numerator. Let's say over here, r over 12. I don't know what this will mean, but plus x over 12. Okay, right? Things like that. It just creates the complicated mathematic formula like this using fractions over fractions, right? Good. The next one is using brackets, right? When punching the brackets, it looks like this. So wiggled bracket, you have it, right? So let me show you this example. Insert equation. So one thing you could do is fraction. No, wait. Wiggled brackets, like wiggled bracket, right? Wiggled bracket. Okay. So over here like this, right? And then 1 plus I underbar dollar. Well, 1 plus interest rate in terms of US dollars, I say. 1 plus interest rate in pound, British pound. Well, British pound, you can insert your British pound using some other functions. Insert and then symbol, okay? And then there's a currency symbol, pound, that you find over here. Euro, yen is also there. And then insert over there, okay? And it takes care of the situation like this. Once you punch in the spacebar, it becomes your subscript, okay? So it can work like this, all right? Now, the second one is kind of interesting compared to the first one. What is the difference? The big bracket, right? Big bracket, okay? Now, how do you create this big bracket? Well, here, insert mathematics, and then it gives you a lot of options and menus over here, but one of the things that you see is a big bracket over here, right? And then it provides some options. And one of the thing is big bracket over here, wiggled bracket. All right, so here I create a fraction like this. And notice the height of this bracket increased from here to here, like this, right? So 1 plus, I don't know, R, okay, I, and then 1 plus R sub F, yeah, whatever it may be, okay? So you can do it like this. And then another thing you can think about is, well, if you create fraction of fractions, right? And there 1 plus, again, right? 1 over 1 plus. It's kind of fun, right? If you keep doing like this. And like this. As you increase the complication of your fractions, either denominator or numerator or both, this bracket increases or elongates like this, okay? So that's a fun part of using this math function over here, okay? And as you see over here, you see a lot of different choices that you can do, right? Explore some of these, right? Explore some of these. And then you will learn a lot. And then there are some integration formula, differentiation formula, like this. And then summation and exponentiation, all these kind of things, right? And you can see trigonometric functions, as well as accent, all these kind of things, or vectors. Vector, I say like this, right? Vector, or this way or that way. And then limit, right? Log, and then equation, right? Equal or not, and then matrix, right? You can create all these kind of things yourself. Now, that's that. Move on. Square root is another thing that bothers you sometimes, okay? Square root. Well, typically, commonly all across the program language, right? Square root is like SQRT. So that's quite easy. So insert it and SQRT space. And it becomes like this. Oh, is that a V sign or whatever? Well, no, not really. And you say 4 and space bar. And you see that ding, this thing happening, right? In the top, on top. So it becomes what? It is 2, right? You know that. And let me bring this guy over here. And you remember Pythagorean theorem, okay? What was that? Well, C is equal to square root, wait, I need what? backspace, SQRT, square root of A squared plus B squared. And that's not the end. Make sure you punch in what? Space, right? Space. Good. So this is Pythagorean theorem. And then I'm going to increase the font size for my sense of achievement. Yes, I did something. All right. Move on to the next slide. The next I want to tell you and then teach you about the Greek letters. Oh my God, I don't want to learn Greeks. Well, no way. First of all, if you want to work in derivatives market, 파생상품, right? You have to live with Greeks, right? Delta, gamma, hedging, right? All these kind of things, and theta of options, that kind of things, right? They talk in terms of Greeks, and you have to be able to talk, right? And number two, in engineering or mathematics, they always use this the Greek letters, the Greek symbols. So you have to master those things, and you have to teach them. Actually, they don't pronounce it correctly in engineering because they don't care too much, but you can dominate over there. Okay, let's go. All right, so insert math and then backslash alpha. Just to spell it right. Alpha. Oh yeah, that's something you already knew, right? Wait a minute, let me expand the font size so that it will be more visible. To, let's say, 50, 60. Okay, like this. Okay, alpha. And wait, so make sure it is shaded. Comma, beta. Comma, gamma. Right? Gamma, backslash, delta. Comma. Yeah, delta works like this. And then backslash epsilon, right? Epsilon. And then let me move this guy to here because I don't have space. Epsilon and zeta. Zeta. Okay, Riemann's zeta function. Very famous one in mathematics. But anyway, eta. What is that? Well, eta. It looks like n, but this is eta. Okay. And then theta, backslash theta, like this, 번디기, right? That's good. Now, I want to insert, is there some capital letters? These things are small letters, but there is a capital letter and it gives you some insights. So I'm going to go through. All right. Backslash A, big A, alpha, right? And that's A. And yeah, A comes from alpha of Greek. You can see that. Beta, right? Like this. But it does not work if you say beta like this. It does not, the computer does not recognize it. Okay? And then gamma. Gamma, right? Like this. Looks like Russian. All right. Delta. Delta. Guess what? It will be triangle. Yeah. And then backslash epsilon. What would it look like? E, right. And then zeta. Z-E-T-A. Z, okay. And then eta. All right. E-T-A. Oh, interesting. Eta is like H. Looks like H. And you remember the pronunciation of H is nothing in German or some European languages. Why is that the case? It comes from eta, right? Quite intuitive language, right? Language deviation, can I say it? Okay, theta. 번디기. How does it become? Yeah, all right, it looks like this. Good. Let's move on to the next slide. Okay. We have 2 more slides to go in Greek language. All right, please bear with me. Okay, the next thing is called iota. I-O-T-A. Iota. and that's this, okay, I without dot. And then kappa, backslash kappa, right? Anything related to Korea, right? They're going to use kappa, okay? And let me increase the font size to 60 or something, right? Comma, lambda, okay? No, I have to make sure it is shaded, okay? Comma, backslash, lambda. You see that the lambda over here is shaded, but the comma over there is not shaded. So there is a fine line distinction between what is the insert equation section and outside the equation section, okay? Space, and it becomes like this. Okay, that seems quite familiar, lambda, okay? And then mu, when did you see this mu? When did you see that lambda, by the way? Well, have you learned about Poisson distribution in your statistics 101, right? Poisson distribution, the jump rate kind of things, was lambda, okay? Mu, well, what's that mu? It's like looking like M something, right? So mu, when did you look at it? Well, it was parameter mean, right? Mean starts with M, and M Greek letter mu. That's what you see. Good. The next one is nu, okay? Nu, not new. Nu. How would it look like? Looks like V, interestingly. Okay, nu. And then the next thing is xi, right? Xi. And then that's backslash xi, xi, okay? Not z, it's like xi, right? Right? And then let me give you the big capital letter Greeks over here. So let's see. First thing is IOTA, iota, that's I, and kappa, and then lambda, and then big mu, M, big nu, N, and then big xi, right? And that looks like this. Xi looks kind of interesting. All right. The next slide is about the famous letter in mathematics, which is pi. So how do we write pi? Backslash pi. Aha. All right. So let me expand the size of this guy to 60 again. 60 font, right? Pi. Wait a minute, make sure it is shaded, and then the next thing is rho. What is that rho? That, oh, not half, rho. That is your correlation coefficient. Do you remember that? Correlation coefficient. No, you need backslash rho, R-H-O, rho, and tau, backslash tau. Okay, that's this guy, T. And then phi is the next one, P-H-I, phi. It's not phi, it's phi, all right? And it's like this, phi. And then the next thing, what is that? What is that? Chi? No, that's chi, right? Do you remember chi-square distribution? Chi-squared distribution in your statistics 101. That's this guy, chi, and psi or psi, right? Backslash psi, psi, okay? That's this guy, psi, right? Sounds like the singer Psy, okay? And then omega, what is that? Alpha요 오메가니라, kind of omega, the last Greek word, omega. Right, looks like this. No W, right? But omega. All right, so a big capital letter, okay, capital letter of these Greeks. Let's try it for fun. Pi, all right, and rho. Wait, did I write sigma over here? Yeah, rho and sigma, backslash sigma. Yeah, it looks like this. Many times you've seen it in standard deviation kind of things. What was the variance? Variance is the square of standard deviation. Is that right? Standard deviation, sigma, and then squared, right? That's variance. All right, now rho, R-H-O. Okay, so it seems more like P, interesting. Okay, backslash sigma, what do you think it will become? It's this guy. Seems familiar? Yes, 수열의 합, like a summation of the sequence, right? Summation of the sequence. Actually, summation of the sequence, you can use this, right? And use this formula, okay? And then beginning value and ending value, and then periodical cash flow going on over here. We're going to use this one later, okay? Now, the next thing is tau, backslash T-A-U-T. Okay, phi. Yeah, phi. This is like a probability function, or what's that? Cumulative distribution function of normal distribution like this, right? Phi and chi. Chi, like this. And then psi, right? Psi, like this. Omega. What do you think it will look like? Yeah, the one you've seen for your watches, right? That's that. Swiss watch. Omega. All right. Good. The next slide is about present value formula. Yeah, this is finance, so you need to master this one. Okay? So what is this? This is the value of a company with the expected future cash flow. So that cash flow starts from year 1 and it goes until infinite horizon. And then the discount rate relevant to this, right? Cash flow is RI, okay, R sub I. Look at the picture diagram here, right? This is always, okay? Actually, this mathematical formula clarifies your mind a lot better, because those are, quite confusing concepts to some of people. So, clarifies. Let's do it. This is a time horizon. This is time point 0, and you're standing over here. Hello, right? Can you see it? Let me expand this. Okay. And then here is time point 1, 2, going to infinity, right? And your expected future cash flow happens at the end of year 1, or someday, not today, but in the future, okay? The cash that you got today, well, that's just cash in my pocket, okay? In my pocket, forget it. Finance is about expectation about the future, okay? Received cash is just a history, so that's why. Now, your expected cash flow goes on like that. And then this cash flow is just an expectation, and it is varying, like, there is uncertainty going on, right? So the discount rate that you use should reflect the riskiness of this cash flow. That cash flow discount rate will be RI. Make sense? So, in the end, you're going to sum all these discounted future cash flows. Plus 1, and then expected future cash flow t each time t is equal to 0 or 1. 0 or 1. 1, I'm going to the infinity, right? And this has to be your value of your company as of today, V0, not V1, right? You have to make sure about that. One step ahead or behind kind of thing. So that's that. In typing, okay, how do you type those things? Well, it looks like this. So let's try it. Equation over here, I say V, big V, sub-0, okay, and space or punch in just equal sign. Okay, it looks like this. Before I move on further, let me expand the font size to 60 so that it will be easier to see for you. Okay, that's good. Now let's move over here. And then I have to bring in the sigma, okay? So I punch in the insert equation, where are you? All right. And then you have a choice over here, 대형 연산자, or like a sigma thing, big sigma thing. You click it and then you choose this one, but it will look like this later on, okay? This one, okay? So I say here, t is equal to 1. That's the starting point, right? The first cash flow. And then when does it finish? Well, infinite horizon, it doesn't finish, right? So infinity, how do you write this thing? Okay? Shall I punch in 8 and then tilt it 90 degrees? That does not work. So what we do? Backslash, INFTY, infinity, okay? And space, it looks like this. Cool. Wow. Interesting. And then here you punch in, this is going to be a fraction, okay? Each period in time point t, right? What do you have? The discount rate, okay, which is going to be 1 plus r sub I, okay? And then you want to raise this guy to the power of t, okay? The power of t. And then the numerator has to be expected future cash flow, CF underbar small t, and make sure you punch space, right? So that's exactly what you intended to make, okay? So that's this. Cool. All right. We can move down. Normal distribution PDF function. Holy cow, you may say it. Okay? Normal distribution function. You have complicated mathematical formula over here. How do you write this thing? Okay, fine. It's okay. You're going to live with this once you do double measuring, right? Gaussian function. They call it Gaussian function because Gauss invented this one. So, first thing first, okay? You see a fraction over here and the natural log over there, or exponent, like exponential function, and then the superscript part, which is the exponent part, right? Exponent part, right? This is a base. E is a base, right? Exponent and base. Now, so first thing first, the fraction first, okay? Fraction, and then E, and then you're going to have some exponent part later on. Okay. Okay, seems like easy, easier than before, I think. Okay, that's good. Let's increase the size of it so that you can see it. And here is just one, easier thing first. And the next thing is sigma, and then what do you write? Square root, SQRT, and space, right? And there you have to do what? 2 pi, right? Number 2, and then backslash pi. And guess what will happen as I punch in space? And one more time, like this. Right, there you go. And then the exponent part, okay? Don't worry, okay, we are still doing okay. So the first thing in the exponent is minus 1/2, right? So 1 over 2, okay? And then the second component of it, the ugly term. And then we're going to raise it to the power of what? 2, okay? That's that. And here inside, what you need is a fraction, okay? So punch in space, and it becomes like this. And there, well, this guy is a bit easy, seems like easier. Wait a minute. Okay, punch your arrow key to the left, and you locate it to the denominator part. What is that? That's sigma, backslash sigma, and then space. Okay, and then here x minus mu. So x minus backslash mu. Okay, that's fun, right? That's doable, right? So just remember, okay, don't get discouraged, okay? You just have to be patient, just, for step by step. So I hope you enjoyed the lecture, okay? And then if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me at the following email address that you see below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and then click like, yes. And then see you. Bye-bye.